it's been kind of mind-blowing the amount of people that have actually said, you know what? You inspired me to quit. Like, really, me? Dude with a painted face.
The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
Hey, do you know much about this guy, Dark Guy?
Only through social media. I saw the picture, the original picture, and how now you're a fucking superstar. and he's pissed off. I know you're pissed off about it a little bit. You're pissed off about it a little bit, Todd.
I bet
he's petty a little bit.
Jason, how you doing, man?
Fantastic. Yourself?
Good. Maz, Jason, what do you like? Dark Guy? What do you prefer?
Whatever. Hey, you works if you really feel like it. So,
but Maz is your thing, right?
Yeah, everybody calls me Maz there since I was my hockey days back as a kid. So that's usually what people go with.
So, dude, you fucking everybody knows like this fucking guy blows up from being Dark Guy, and then like it kind of like is like just engaged and really cool with all your followers, and you know you're doing this stuff with Nicorette. We challenge you to quit smoking, but tell me what happened in this because this last week has been like, you know, I think of things as stock charts, right? And like you peaked and then you're kind of bouncing out. It was nice, and then you fucking peaked again this week.
Well, I announced on Monday that I was smoking my last dart, and it just people really got behind it, and they were very supportive, and things went crazy with that one tweet on Twitter. It's up to like 200,000 interactions right now.
Amazing.
So you know, I'm actually my Twitter account's at the highest followers it's ever been, even during the height of the Leafs playoffs. It's at its highest now that I actually see, you know what, I'm quitting smoking.
Were there people that were pissed off at you for doing that?
Yeah, there was a couple people who said, you know,
assholes.
You got famous because of a dart. Now you're going to quit smoking? Like, that's bullshit. So, but that's okay. They can. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think I'm doing a good thing here.
I think celery guy is just as good. Yeah. Celery stalk in your mouth.
Well, you know what? I don't understand why it would have to be anything different than Dart Guy. Just because I quit smoking darts. I mean, I love playing the actual game of darts. I could still be Dark Guy. I'll just have a dart behind my ears or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you get custom darts that don't have any like anything in them. They're like, it's like a taxidermist for darts. I don't know how you do that.
I actually have a couple stage prop darts where they're fake, and when I blow out, it looks like they're smoking. So if people got that big of a problem with it, I'll use a fake smoke.
That's how they know you, though, right? That's how,
you're a Dark Guy.
They don't want to see you outside of that.
Yeah, but I mean, like people keep their nicknames, even like, you know, Doug Gilmour's was Killer, right? I mean, people still call him Killer, and he's not going out there and like hacking people. And
he never actually killed anybody. So.
Yeah, that too, right?
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, we don't know Dougie. So all right, so you blew up and like, so I know that Brendan Shanahan tweeted you out.
Yep.
The NHL.com with 5.2 million Twitter followers, which, by the way, I think some are fake. I think that's too many. I think that's too many for the NHL.com. I don't know. I feel like that's a lot.
I don't think so. You could probably have that in Canada alone. Forget being in the States as well.
I just thought that was a lot. I didn't think that many people liked hockey. But, and then so like, I mean, that must have been really fun and rewarding for you.
You know what? It really was. I mean, Brendan Shanahan's a legend in the NHL, and he's running my team now. He's the president of the Maple Leafs. So when he threw that out to good luck, and he was behind me type thing, it meant a lot.
Very cool. And did you have any interaction with him after that?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. So so he tweeted it out.
He blocked him on Twitter.
And what did he probably filed a restraining order after or something.
So what did he actually say to you?
He said, hashtag smart guy, which it was intellectual property of Todd Shapiro. And he said, good luck.
First guy to say publicly, smart guy, changing Dark Guy to smart guy, was me.
Oh my God.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't even me.
So you're taking credit for this now, and it wasn't even you.
It was someone on my Facebook page.
Okay.
When we posted that video.
Yep.
So when you came on the show, and I went out of my kind of comfort zone, and I have a pretty big comfort zone too. Like, there's a lot I won't not say to people, if that makes sense. But with you, I didn't know you well, and so I challenged you to quit smoking, which you were even like pretty diplomatic in your answer, like kind of like, we could see about that, like, you know, because you didn't know if you could do it. And then you thought about it. We got to know each other's buddies who went to the Leaf game that we lost the series, and we're bad luck charms, I guess. But
Bieber was there. That's why we lost.
Yeah, it was all Bieber's fault, and they put Bieber on, not you, which was ridiculous.
Yeah,
they should have put you on. You would have changed. Honest to God, you would have changed that the energy in that building that day.
I mean, I honestly believe I would have, and it's not like I'm letting it go to my head or anything. people, I was seeing the text messages and the tweets, and people were just like, we're waiting for Dark Guy. Like, the crowd was waiting.
I know, and they
to
knew
go
where we
crazy.
were. I'm so surprised by it. But that's when, like, I think there was some hesitancy because you were now starting to get known as Dark Guy.
Absolutely.
So there's some backlash from the, especially MLSE and things like, should we be endorsing and promoting like the next Marlboro Man here? You know, that's kind of what we're getting at.
I think so. I think there was a lot of resistance as this kind of went on, and it wasn't like a 24-hour thing. I think the Maple Leafs kind of took a step back and said, okay, we can't keep pushing this because it looks like we're endorsing smoking. We're trying to promote smoking. So I completely understand that negative stigma and them wanting to back off a little bit.
So, and part of that negative stigma is why I was afraid to talk to you and kind of like, because I didn't know how serious of a committed smoker you were, which turned out to be pretty serious and committed, a pack a day in 20 years, right? Or how long?
Yeah, 20 years.
It's just like too many. But I've said, fuck it. You know, I got one shot, and as a former smoker, I'm like, I'm fucking done too. And, you know, I was a moocher, not a smoker, I always say. But anyway, long story short, you agreed. It's all for the road hockey to conquer cancer, the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. We have a link on the ToddShapiroShow.com where you can donate, and you can start tweeting out your link too if people want to start donating. So you can just do that on your own because that goes under your own.
Yeah.
You have your own link for that, right?
Yeah, I just set my account up the other day under the Todd Shapiro's Superstars.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I was a bit like when I did it, I was like, but it worked out. I guess this week I was like a little bit, because you did like all these radio show interviews, and you did like, and John, tell me what you think about this, because he went on other radio shows and he went on like newspapers and everything, and no one gave credit that it was the Shapiro show that challenged him to, like, they were all just picking up on Dark Guys quitting smoking.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I felt like that was a little bit of intellectual property. I got a
Did
little
you
mad.
feel a little bad? Did you feel a little bad about that?
I felt a little bad about that.
Do you feel that you had some sort of, like, did you help him elevate his online status because of that? And do you want points? Is that what's happening now? What's happening now?
Do you want a hug?
What do you need? What do you need? A hug from him? What is it, Todd?
Reach around, maybe? I don't know.
I want a big. I want. Yeah. I do. I want a big. I want something. Yeah.
His mind is going everywhere at once. I don't know what's happening.
It involves smoke, so I'm not allowed to say that. Yeah, I just thought that other media should have said, what a great thing they did on the Shapiro show. Todd asked him to quit smoking. He agreed that he would, and it's all going to the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, as opposed to in a radio interview or as, like, you know, like in another company. Like, I don't know why. My point is, and I don't know why in Canada, John, media companies can't just support other media companies, even though at the end of the day, I guess we're all competitors because we're all fighting over the same ad dollars and that's how we flourish in this business. That's like the other than SiriusXM, which also does it on a big subscription basis.
Sure.
But, you know, like, to me, I think the States does that way better. You'll have late night talk shows on all the three major networks, and all the three major networks will have people who are promoting sitcoms on CBS, even though they're on ABC or whatever. Canada doesn't work that way. It's so fucking brand protective. CBC, CTV, it's Bell, Rogers, even though they both own the Leafs. And like, so, I mean, I just wish that people weren't so protective, because I think if you draw it all back to media, everybody wins because you get people interested in media across the board, and then advertisers stay. Anyway, that's my thoughts.
Well, you know what? And truth be told, I was a little bit bothered by it myself, because I had done an interview, and I'm not going to say his name now just because, and I'm not going to say who he was with just because. But I had mentioned SiriusXM, Todd Shapiro Show, and Nicorette was the sponsor and everything. He mentioned everybody except for you. And even at that point in time, I tried to plug a company that I'm part owner of, a campground up north, and I mentioned the name of it, said where it was, and he didn't even put that in there. And I'm like,
now they won't. It's just that's just media in this country.
Yeah, but by all means,
it's shitty. You know what
I'm
I mean?
doing something for him. You know
For
what I
sure,
mean? And I really haven't made it well known that, you know, I'm a part business owner of a campground, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this opportunity.
You should, because you're helping him and drawing out people.
Absolutely.
That's collaboration. That's called, like, pay it forward and you get it back. A million percent.
It was a fairly large
platform. Tell me about this fucking campground. Are you going to give me a free night there? No,
well, as a matter of fact, yeah, you and your lovely wife and your boy would be welcome to come up, be my guest. It's called Camp Klahani. It's in the heart of the Amalgam Highlands, just about 40 minutes east of Parry Sound. Gorgeous area. We have fully serviced sites with hydro and water. So by all means,
how many beauties just go there and hang out, eh?
Well, it's a great place, and you know what? The biggest thing is people fall in love with our park because it's not like a provincial park. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but there's a lot of rules there. You know, you can't leave your site with a beverage in your hand, and quiet times at 8 o'clock. And we're a little more relaxed.
I mean, there's beauties there.
Yeah, we're not throwing all night ragers or anything like that, but we're a little more relaxed. Where if you want to walk down the road with a cold beer in your hand, nobody's coming and giving you a fine or a ticket or something for leaving your site with a beer. So campklahani.com, if you want to check it out, feel free to come and give us a visit one time.
How is that spelled?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tongue twister there, but you start going with the K and the L, and it'll just pop up.
Okay.
You didn't do You Gotta Eat Here show there ever?
Camp at a specific camp? Not yet. Who knows? Maybe I'll just do a camp show.
Yeah, you can do a camp show, right? So I mean, yeah, he should have gotten that in there. I think, no doubt.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what I'm all about. Like, it's so great. Like, you learn this in LA too. The few times I've been in LA, like, I might be a nobody to some of these guys, but they're all like, hey, let me pop on your show. I'll never forget what Bert Kreischer said to me. Bert Kreischer doesn't need me or my audience to be as famous as he already is. Like, he doesn't need it to help him. But he said, I don't care if you only have 10 people listening. I am taking your 10 people. And I love that about him, you know, because he wants to continue to grow, and it's one person at a fucking time in this industry. But the good part about that is then I know now his people, and his people know me, and people will there's enough to go around. You share it all. And back in LA, all the fucking podcasters just help each other out. Rogan puts on a ton of people, and he promotes their podcast, and then start getting a ton of downloads that might even affect his, but he doesn't care. He's confident enough to know that it's a fucking about what he's doing, and he'll help out people. And everyone back here in Canada's got to learn to fucking media's got to learn to help out each other again.
Well, absolutely. And it's not like we're doing something where we were just we had the market cornered on a sports show or something like that. We're doing something for charity here. You're telling me some of these other networks couldn't say, you know what? They're doing Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, Princess Margaret. Let's mention who they are. Let's help these guys raise some money. Who cares if they don't work for our company? Todd Shapiro seems like a great guy. He got this guy to quit smoking.
Seems like.
Well, I'm saying from somebody else's point of view who doesn't know you like I do now.
I don't seem like a good guy to other people. I look like a douchebag. I know the
100%.
The phone call.
I know the perception.
The phone call I got from the other night was a little, I don't know, but
I called him. I'm like, well, you know, I'm so Larry David. I'm like, you know these fucking guys are like, no one's giving me credit.
Guy made me feel so bad. I almost lit a fucking smoke up for Christ's sake.
Great, Todd.
He got me to quit, and then he almost made me start again.
He doesn't like when you get better. That's the thing. That's his personality.
He doesn't want me to steal his thunder.
He only wants you to get you certain high, and then he's going to crush you.
Yeah.
So
build, break. Build, break.
So he's the one who brings you back up.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they were trying to do in the States? Isn't that what you were talking about earlier?
It's Todd Trump.
I wasn't going to call you Trump, but
it's all right.
Trump Shapiro, that's what it is.
True. Well, listen, dude, I think the same as you, though. Like, if those guys do mention me, though, and stuff, like, it's not to say I have the biggest fucking Twitter following in the world, but, like, you know, I saw a Toronto Sun article. I even said it. I don't care. And they put a radio interviewer, like, you know, and it's like,
that was the one.
Like, why don't you just say the Todd Shapiro show, Todd Shapiro? And, like, I'll retweet that then because of it. And that newspapers are fucking dying.
Yeah.
They're dying.
Yeah.
They're dying faster than dudes who smoke. They're dying. They are dying for business. Put in my fucking name. I retweet you, and you have one more dude who's going to jerk off to your Sunshine Girl tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, and that was the one that I was talking about. I wasn't going to bring up.
Okay.
He mentioned Princess Margaret. He mentioned Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, which was nice.
Yeah.
But he edited out and turned it into a radio personality on a radio station. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
It's ridiculous. And let's just be. I'll be very real now, John. Just so you know, I'm not that douchebag that you already perceived I was. At the end of the day, I am very aware that this is still just kind of a radio bit, and it really does just give back to the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer, and all of it will. that's when all the good karma will happen. Is it right up that day on September 23rd, dude? You're like, you alone are gonna. What's John doing?
It's still eating you, man. It's fucking eating you, man. This is gonna all weekend. It's just gonna fuck you. You're just gonna have a beer and you'll be like, oh, the motherfucker didn't even. Why am I not good enough?
He's saying one thing, but his face is telling a completely different story.
Nobody cares about me. Why do I even do this anymore?
If you guys are looking how to spell the name, it's as what CH Shapiro. What? How's that go? Is it Mexican CH Chipaluda or something like?
Chipaluda. Yeah, exactly. Actually, people I used to get Italian Shapiro. They're like Shapiro, like they thought it was like CH.
Yeah. You're too tall to be Italian.
Okay.
I thought Shapiro was Italian. I thought I really did. Yeah.
Nope. I don't even get credit there.
Oh, buddy.
So you even got a little Italian envy, is what you're saying. Like, you're wishing you were Italian.
I do love the food. Two kinds of people, Todd: Italians and those who want to be Italian.
I love it, man. I love Frank Spino was telling us a great story yesterday. Like you get with Italian people, and it'll be like the best is we all thought Jesus was Italian. We tell people, everyone,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Well, I always thought Jesus was Italian. And then when I found out he was Jewish, I was like, oh, this is okay. This is weird. Okay. All right. What was Frank saying? What was it like? Because he lived at home.
They come up, they're like, bro, he's Italian. Like he was doing, I don't know what. He's just like, they convinced people that he was just, anyway. Yeah. So like
he lived at home till he was 30.
Yeah. Oh, he's using a lot of this stuff.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, listen, Dirk, I am so proud of you, man. How many days now have you been?
It's about 4.5 without a smoke.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fun. Not really.
Are you miserable to be around? Like, are people like?
You know what? I was a little short yesterday, I think.
No kidding, man.
I was a little edgy, a little
Especially
agitated.
me calling him.
But actually, you know what? Today I kept busy. I was getting ready to head up to the camp, packing my stuff, and I can honestly say I really didn't think about smoking too much today. And
your camp will be the test, I think, right?
Absolutely.
Couple brewskis.
When I get up there and I'm 12 pack in, which won't really take all that long.
The next thing is the beers.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. Deal with the cigarettes. You come back on the 12 pack. That's all.
Oh, no. That's not going to happen. I like my beer too much for that to happen.
Good for you. Well, that's great news. And then like, because you were telling me that you like it's interesting in the mind of a smoker is you waste a lot of your time, I guess, like debating all day whether you should or shouldn't, which actually is not, you don't progress for doing other things that maybe you should put your mind on, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the trick here is really to keep busy, because I found yesterday was an all day struggle. All day the thought just kept popping in my mind. You can have one. You could just have one. It's not going to affect anything. You know, you've gone this long without one. One's not going to make a difference. And it's like you end up having that internal struggle, that debate with yourself all day. I want to smoke. No, you don't. I want to smoke. No, you don't. And it's like, I think if I would have figured out something to do, get up, go wax my ride or something like that, it might have been a little bit better. Because like today I was busy and it kept my mind off of it, and I really didn't think about having a smoke until some idiot cut me off on the 401. So
what does wax my ride mean?
Well, I'm glad he said ride, because I wasn't sure where it was going with it.
like literally
wax my
cars.
Well, that's amazing. 4.5 days. Are you going away this long weekend? Yep. And your wife must be so supportive and happy. Yeah. She's been the one. I've been when I've gotten weak, I've texted her and said, okay, I'm going to have a smoke. And she goes at me pretty good there in her responses to make sure that I know I'm strong enough to do this, and that she's supporting me. Maybe she should hold off other things. If,
well, I don't know. I don't know if she would want to do that. There's been a lot of pictures with me with cheerleaders and stuff recently. I love my wife. I love you, Tina.
She's just gonna throw fucking cigarettes at you now. She's gonna start smoking. She's just gonna walk. Oh no, it's fine. Have your cheerleader.
Oh yeah, you like
Go ahead.
cheerleaders,
You like
huh?
cheerleaders. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, what about after a great session though with your wife? You know, and like because that's when you sometimes pull out. When I imagine.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a struggle as well. So,
Hey, this guy's married and is getting some people.
so if I gotta, like I said, I've made it this far. Hopefully, the beer this weekend won't be too big of a problem. And I know I got lots of good friends that are going to be on me if I say I want to smoke or anything. So I think I'll be all right.
What's the Twitter handle again?
Leafs Maz 20.
Okay, Leafs Maz 20. This guy gets back to like everyone who tweets at him, and when I mean everyone, it's a lot of fucking people. Like it's so kind of you take your time out, you talk to people. And I was reading through a bunch of the tweets. You very graciously tweeted and said that I guess he just didn't want to hear the Jewish guilt anymore from me. But he was like, Todd, we got a lot of credit from the Shapiro show and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it might not have started and gone down this road if it wasn't for them. It was very cool of you. And then I guess I was tagged in it and I saw the response that was true, man. And I'd say 95% were people like, good job, get at him, like quit. You've inspired me to quit, all this kind of stuff. And I'll tell you, man, and you can listen back to the tape, but that's where I was getting at. I said the words I said to you, let's turn you in from a viral sensation into an inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, man.
It's been kind of mind-blowing the amount of people that have actually said, you know what? You inspired me to quit. Like, really, me? Dude with a painted face. I'm the one that inspired you to quit. It's so humbling, and it's crazy to think that I've been able to have that reach and that effect on people that they want to quit because they know I am. And you know what? I have to thank you for giving me the platform to do that, because I never would have, been able to reach people like this. I don't think otherwise. And it's really an amazing feeling.
I'm still upset the Sun reporter didn't put my name in. Okay, no.
You know what? You're nicer than me. I wasn't going to say the Sun's name once.
It's never gonna. First of all,
he's pretty.
He's never gonna let it down. He's never gonna let you forget it.
You know what?
Fucking eat at him so much.
You know
honestly.
what would be a real good idea for the Toronto Sun to save a little face here? A solid donation to the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer to Todd Shapiro's team, the Todd Superheroes. Is Toronto Sun, if you're listening, you want to save face because your one reporter was a little bit of a dill hole, feel free to donate to our team.
That always helps. That always helps when you rip into Canadian media. They're always going to fucking listen to you.
Hey, you know what? I kind of.
And if they do donate, it'll just be to the radio personality team.
Well, you know what? They weren't acting in a professional manner with the way they handled this. So if somebody called them a dill hole, so what, right?
Yeah. I think they've tried to sell a lot of newspapers with those same headlines on the cover. Well, listen, dude, I'm very proud of you, and I look for you every Friday. You're going to pop by here.
Yeah.
So it's great news. Good luck this weekend at your campground. Say the name of it and the website again.
CampClahoney.com.
Okay. How far from the city in the Toronto area?
You'd be about a 3-hour drive.
And then how far from like the Detroit area coming in?
You'd be about a 6-hour drive.
Oh wait, where? So is it that far? I thought it would
I'm
be
Waterloo.
Oh, you're Waterloo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes that way, right?
Yeah.
You don't go purely west. You go.
No, yeah, I cut northwest as I'm going.
That's right. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
it only takes me about 3.5 hours from Waterloo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a good trek.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. It's such a beautiful place. I don't look at it as a far drive. I mean, it's worth it once you get there.
How far from Muskokas?
We're just north of the Muskokas, so once you get into the Muskokas area, there you're maybe another half hour.
Oh, great! So how far from like 60, Highway 60? Is it north of 60?
I have no idea where Highway 60 is.
Oh, okay, that's just off of 11. I don't know. It's near Huntsville. Near Huntsville.
Yeah. Well, we're 25 minutes, half hour away from.
Oh, that's
Huntsville.
it, dude. Fuck, buddy, that's where my family cottage is. I'm going to come hang out for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love getting away from my family.
Right on.
Dark Guy, thank you very much. Good luck.
Hey, thanks,
on
guys.
the rest of the journey till September 23rd and then obviously beyond. But that's when the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer is. And go to the ToddShapiroShow.com. We would love for your help to donate to the team. We have raised about $70,000 over the last 2 years of doing it. And we want to try and raise $50,000 this year to hit $120,000 overall. It's a great charity. It's a great time. And if you want to join our team, we'll do it next week. We'll get it out next week on how you can join our team.
The Todd Shapiro Show.